Dr. Benjamin Berger uploaded this video 10 days ago. Excellent video. I couldn't believe it because he was hiking in the same layers right after the Great Dying. In other words, the virgin limestone, when it was so hot that the ocean level rose up and left the virgin limestone here around Las Vegas and all over the place. That's what the virgin limestone is. So the Great Dying was like 252 million years ago, Permian Triassic extinction. And then right after, the water level was higher and the shallow marine waters covered this area. Okay, so anyways, I don't know if you remember, but I hiked up to find this rock because uh, I remember seeing a rock years before, and I did a video where I hiked up to it to find it, and I did find it. Okay, so let's look at what he says first. This isn't copyright robbing or anything like that. He's a teacher, and also I'm directing you to the video, Triassic Thames limestone. Now that's the virgin limestone right after the Great Dying. That's what it is. And he's up in Utah, but it was the same down here. It's the same stuff. And I'll show you. I'll show you my rock that I went up for. And I want to play this segment.
Interesting to see that cross bedding is very laminated for cross bedding, probably close to wave base, which is pretty cool to see.
I mean, it's his knowledge is unbelievable. This guy is great, but it kind of reminded me of me, not on so far as great knowledge. That's not what I mean. I mean narrating a video that nobody cares about. Narrating a video that very few people are interested in. So let's look at this, and then I'll show you the pictures of that rock that I went up and found.
See, and then we have, of course, the carbonate limestones over here. And so we see this kind of shoaling up of the environment.
A shoaling up of the environment. See how knowledgeable he is? That means that the water was getting more shallow and more towards the edge where it was forming shoals, not just deep water, but it was shoals and next to the edge and sandbars, stuff like that.
And really nice to see this difference that we're seeing in terms of the geology.
Surfaces like this are kind of interesting. So
now look at this.
You can see.
Watch this next segment and see there's my rock that I went up for. Remember I did that video and people go, he's crazy. What's he doing going up there? Well, it's what I said, that it interested me that I was hiking in the Great Dying, that exact period of time, and that I suspected that this rock shows it. And so I remember seeing it years ago, went up there, and I found it at the end of the day as it was getting dark. Well, there's the rock. There it is. See, it's the same thing he's going to show. There's the back. Now, see these indentations? That shows that this was thick, and that even where it split here on this cleavage plane, it shows the indentations. They're reverse indentations. And then there is the exterior, and on the back it shows that it continued on. But there you go. Now watch. Okay.
See, this is just full of bivalve shells. They're
Okay. Now he is mistaken there, but it's an honest mistake. It's oolitic limestone from super saturated calcium carbonate rich water sloshing back and forth in shallow water, and it forms these what look like beans, pebbles. So that's no big deal. This isn't to point out a mistake.
Posing this limestone in here, and you can see like all of these little signs of life.
Now, yes, it was occurring, but this rock doesn't show it. That's not the point. He's got it right on. This particular rock, and come on. And this one is not a sign of life. Those are not little bivalves. They're not little clamshells. But obviously that's not the point. So let's get back.
These rocks are kind of bubbling with life, which is kind of neat to see.
Yeah, they look like little beans.
Before this time, a strange island rose out of the sea to the east, what Michael from Vsauce jokingly called the ancient Yoshi Nugget Land. It was formed by the remains.
Okay, now look at this one. Now, this is Nevada, and here's kind of Las Vegas here. This would be like 245 million years ago. So he was up here. He was up here, but notice it's the same. It's the same strata, virgin limestone. That's what this is. And off to the west, the west of Las Vegas, the red rock and the overthrust. That's what this was. Okay, and it was filling this shallow water in. But that's virgin limestone. See the same here and the same up there.
Of the uplift of the ancestral Rocky Mountains from the Pennsylvanian and Permian periods. This island eroded outward into the shallow sea, creating a unique setting of tidal flats that eventually narrowed the inlet between the sea and the open ocean.
See? See? Now, remember, I'm directing you to this video. I'm not robbing his video or copywriting his video. I'm directing you to it. It's great. The best thing I've ever seen.
This was accelerated with the uplift of central Arizona in the middle Triassic called the Mongol Highlands, which began to choke off.
Now, see where it said Virgin Inlet?
That eventually narrowed the inlet between the sea and the open ocean. This was accelerated with the uplift of central Arizona.
Virgin Inlet, virgin limestone. You got it? So see, there's a method to my madness. That I did that hike, showed the video, and a few people cared, but people thought he's crazy. What's he doing going up there to find a rock? I told you that it was an important rock, and it was, because now he uploads this and shows the same thing. I told you it was an important rock.
In the middle Triassic called the Mongol Highlands, which began to choke off this access to the open ocean.
Okay, and now you start to get your Chinle deposits after the Great Dying. And so I'll end this here. But no, for God's sake, seek out this video and watch it. He's the greatest.